Well, that was easier than expected. Welcome back, guys. There's a 302 in the 61 Comet now. And she's snug, but she's in there. Honestly, this thing dropped right in. 15 minutes. And it went right in. Basically, just dropped the motor, slid it forward a little bit, and then slid it back in. I mean, I was a little worried about those braces not being removable, but not a problem at all. And, I got probably a good 3 inches, 3-ish inches of clearance on the backside of the bell housing. And I got about 1.5 inches or so from the radiator to the fan. So, anywho, none of the exhaust manifolds I have are gonna fit this thing. So I will probably have to pony up some money and buy a set of 64 V8 Falcon exhaust manifolds off eBay. It sucks, but we gotta have exhaust. So I don't want to just blow them out the hood. So that's probably what we're gonna have to do. I also started moving over a bunch of wiring harness. And so everything under the hood is moved over. This is a very, very old starter solenoid, but I did test it, and it tests out okay. So I just cleaned it up, cleaned the grounding up, and slapped it on the fender there. So horns, I grabbed those out of the parts car, tested them. They work. So we're good to go there. I've got bolts soaking for the battery tray. I think it'll still clear. The coil may not be able to live there with the battery tray on, but we'll find that out. All the bolts came loose on the battery tray in the other car with the exception of this one. And it is very, very rusted and solid. So we may be breaking that one off. I'm going to let it soak for a little bit longer and then hit it with the breaker bar, but we'll see what we get. I am going to go ahead probably and set a carburetor on this just so I can kind of see how tall it is, make sure everything works on there with my air cleaner and all that good stuff. But yeah, what else did we do today? We put a functional door handle and door latch in it. Before, it would not stay closed unless it was locked, so I grabbed one out of the parts car. Door handle came off the parts car. I guess for the 2 doors are slightly different than the 4 doors. So what I had to do was it's got a little S-shaped plunger, comes out of the back of here, and then it kind of bends down and then goes in this way, and I had to turn it around, and then it worked. I don't know. I also grabbed the locks out of the parts car. I have keys for those, and mine that was in here was actually broken anyways. I do have keys for the locks that were in here, but I'll just grab those. So got a much better key for the parts car than I did for this thing. It was pretty wore out. We put a brake pedal and a clutch pedal in this thing. So that was a pain in the ass. And we got the steering column nice and secured in there. I'm probably going to yank the column out of the parts car. It looks like it's in a little better shape. So bolting that all up was kind of maybe just, an exercise in futility, but it is what it is. Now the car steers a lot better. There's obviously some sort of springs in this thing. Because it still sits pretty high, even with the 302 dropped in there. But it looks like my tires aren't sitting funky at all. And honestly, this is kind of about the height I like. So, I don't know. we'll have to kind of play with it and see if it settles down a little bit more. It's maybe a little higher than I want it to be, but I'm pretty happy with it. Now this has some homemade shackles on the rear to bring the back end of it up a little bit. Those we will fix and address at some point, but for now they can just be the way they are. We're going to put an 8-inch axle out of a Maverick in here probably anyways, so I'll be in there doing stuff at some point. So I'm not super worried about it. Oh, we've got a full front and rear bumper on the other car. We're going to pull those off. I got them soaking as well. We'll get the grill out of it. I didn't want to put that bumper or anything on until I had the motor in and knew how easy it was going to be to put in. And wasn't worried about it. I just wanted to make sure I had room to slide forward without hitting that. I have plenty of room. So we'll probably get that moved over here pretty quick. Yeah, I do have a new but old master cylinder, so I'll probably slide that in at some point, so I can kind of start plumbing brake lines and stuff like that. I'm not going to trust anything that's on here as far as that, so we'll make all that go away. I do have some fuel line on here. I will probably just redo it anyways. I just don't see the point to take the risk on it. I've got a bender. I'll just get after it. I don't think I plan on hooking up the heater core. I don't know whether whether it's solid or not. But this motor was already looped. I'll probably leave it like that. Eventually would probably put a heater in this thing, but I'm in no hurry to do that. So, still looking for one more hood hinge. I need a passenger hood hinge. So, if you guys have one of those and you're moderately close to Nebraska or you're willing to ship it, drop it in the comments or send me a private message or whatever. I don't know how that works on YouTube. Never had a private message on here, but yeah, if you've got one of those, find a way to get a hold of me. You can also get a hold of me on Facebook or on TikTok or Instagram. I'm on any of those. So if you've got one somewhat nearby, drop me a message, and we'll see if we can figure something out. But that's about all I got for now, guys. I think I'm going to go have myself some supper. I think I earned it. And we'll just keep plugging away on this thing. But it is nice having this in there now. I feel like we've made one big step. So now we got to find a bell housing and slam that transmission in. And I got a lead on a bell housing. So we're making ground. Anywho, we'll catch you guys next time.